Hey guys, Loco here with my favorite jungler, 9.5 mechanics. You know it, Santorin. Hey Santorin, I hope we would be doing this interview after a win, but unfortunately you lost.
Yeah, I think, again, both these games this week, I honestly feel like they're in our hands. We're just really bad right now, and we're really bad, especially in the mid game. I feel like things just fall apart completely. We're not decisive. We don't go for one specific play, and I think that's like hurting us a lot right now.
So I worked with you before, and I know how good of a shot caller you are, and I would imagine you're one of the main voices on Flyquest. So couldn't I look to you for criticism? Couldn't I say, hey, you're the jungler, hey, you're the experienced veteran, and you're a vocal member on the team. Couldn't you fix those problems?
I think a little bit of criticism should go towards me because I think I can definitely do more in the shot calling department or whatever you want to say. But for example, like the game today, I think it's more about like trusting each other. So for example, like when they made a play top, and me and Viber were pushing bot.
Yeah.
They were saying they're fine. And I was saying keep pushing bot,
Yeah.
and then we TP top, and then suddenly I look really out of position.
Yeah.
But I try to like communicate things like that, but I think I have to be more demanding or like more like rough about it, but just be like keep pushing, like really like different tone, right? And I think that's something I've always kind of had an issue with. I'm still trying to work on that. So I think that's why I should also have criticism from that.
I think that's been your problem for such a long time. You're smart, you know things, but you're too nice.
Yeah.
You'll never demand things.
I agree, and that's like the thing I'm like trying to work on right now because it has to change.
Yeah, today's game was weird. You guys had Camille, which is kind of an off pick, but also Nocturne, and you were ahead with Nocturne early game, with a Camille to split push on a Jace, who bought 2 Ghostblade, and you still lost the game.
It's just tough. So like for that game, it's like we got 2 kills top, and then we burned both flashes bot, and game state is just amazing. Then after that, we looked for another play bot, which was really a bad look, and then we lost Nocturne, all that kind of stuff. And then we play bot side, they get Herald for free because we're not moving fast enough, but when we didn't move fast enough, we should go Dragon. So like our decision making is really bad there. And then after that, when we finally have Camille bot and I'm trailing, we have Sivir top. So like we can't even push in the Tom Kenj, and then Tom Kenj is like hovering bot, so we can't make a play. And after that, then we make the top play, and then they get Baron because we're apparently that stupid. Like we didn't talk about the Baron. So I think like just overall, like there's so many small or like medium mistakes that just like build up into like a really bad game.
So we're a little bit past the middle of the split, and teams are kind of settling. TL at first, C9 second, TSM third, and you guys at fourth. You guys lost to actually very, very crucial teams this weekend, to TSM and C9. Do you think you can get higher than fourth?
Personally, I strive to get higher, but I keep telling the team I really don't care about where we end in regular season. Like as long as we're top 6, I really don't give a damn. That's why like we're playing different compositions on stage. We're trying not to only be the click your R buttons and let's fight, you know. So that's why we're trying to like change our play style so that we can play different compositions once we hit playoffs. Because I think we're all really confident we will hit playoffs. And I honestly, this week was really rough on us because like I think we could have won both games. But it's very clear to see like our issues now. And I think for me, I don't mind losing as long as we make playoffs and we can fix our issues.
Yeah, I do think you guys are in a unique place where you guys got Viper instead of Flame. A lot of people thought that would be a downgrade, but Viper has been an incredible pickup, and it allows you guys to 1-3-1. But I will not say you guys can play 1-3-1. You guys are attempting 1-3-1. Is that something you guys are really working on, getting Viper to split push and be one of your main win conditions?
For sure. I think the unique thing for us is Viper's new talent. He's a rookie. He's playing really great, like considering he's like a completely new player. And I think his main issue right now is like trusting teams because in solo queue, it's always no. It actually comes down to solo queue, right? Whereas like if you're playing Ribbon, you're not gonna be split pushing. You'll be team fighting because you're scared of your team dying. And I think that's like some of the issues he has right now. Like he needs to work on. So I'm not too worried about Viper. I think like we'll be able to play 1-3-1 when playoffs hits. It's just like right now he still has to like get out of the mentality of having to group all the time.
Tell him, dude, this is solo queue. We're your team. We'll play safe. And then Turtle jumps in.
Yeah, sometimes, but like in general, I think we've been a lot better about like calling it we're fine and stuff. So like it helps Viper be able to split push. We just have to like we keep building on like the core top lane things, like for example, like push your waves and rotate, like can you dive, like all these kind of things, like. And I think he's like learning pretty quickly. It's just like we just need like a few more weeks, and I think he'll be like in a really good spot.
Who's the team you're most scared of in the upper half?
I would actually say C9, because I think C9 is a really aggressive team, and they can make the game really volatile out of nowhere. I think TL are really predictable. I think TSM are pretty predictable too. But C9 is like just has that factor of like aggressiveness that like just like it feels hard to play against, whereas like the other teams I think is like very stand-up play, very stand-up macro. And I think like all our games against TSM or TL, I don't think it was like a stomp in any way, and I feel like we always get to mid-game fine. So like we just have to get better at mid-game ourselves, and I think we can beat them.
So, final question. What do you think about Acadian on TSM and how he's doing? You've been on TSM before as a very young jungler. You've been in that exact spot, playing with Bjergsen, playing with a lot of hype members. How do you think Acadian's doing?
I mean, I honestly respect any jungler that plays with TSM and does well, just because for myself, I was really bad at playing under TSM, and I think I was not ready for it. I always say that. Like, I think when I joined TSM, that was a bad move for me because I just wasn't ready as a player. So any player that can look good on TSM is probably doing something right that like I wasn't able to do.
Wow, so mature. Where was this Lucas when I was coaching?
I don't know. Like, it's something I've been working on a lot, and I think going through so many different teams like helped me to evolve as a player.
Final words for Flyquest fans and Hot Guy Six-Pack fans?
I mean, obviously going 0-2 is like awful. I think we will become a good team like when playoffs hits, but right now I don't think we're there, and I don't expect to win like every single game when we're playing. But I think both of these games and a lot of other our games in the past, like it's us just throwing the games. Like we always get consistent leads, and then we just don't play properly. So I think as long as we like fix our issues, we'll be good for playoffs.
Great. Guys, if you enjoyed the interview, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much to Low-Key Community for making this interview happen. If you guys want to support them, the link is going to be down in the bio.